What's happening, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Why Did I Buy a Mini Truck? As you can see, purple stuff is looking a little bit different than it did the last time you guys saw it. So I'm going to give you the rundown of all of the things that we've done and some of the things that we still have to do. So we'll start back here in the back. It might be a little loud, I got the AC going. But back here, we got the bed lined a few days ago, so I've let it kind of cure up a little bit. I think it looks a lot better. A little thicker than I was expecting, but overall I'm pretty happy with it. Got the compressor mounts all done up on the back wall. Still need to mount the tank, but that will be later on. There's a few things I want to get done on that tank before we go ahead and bolt it up. I did get the whole kit wrapped in our carbon fiber vinyl. And I think it came out pretty good. I'm not a professional rapper or a painter for that matter, and I think doing the whole truck in rattle can and wrapping this myself for the first time, I think it came out pretty good. I'm a big fan of the color of the carbon. It kind of matches a little bit for the wheels, and it looks good against the purple, so I cannot complain. So skirt's all bolted up. It's just some M3 hardware, and it's in some M3 well nuts that run along the inside of the door here, and then back here. I mean, you can't even see them because they are like a satin black. They blend in really well with the carbon, so it's really hard to kind of see them. But we got all brand new seals in, so we got new window seals for our butterfly windows on the inside and outside, and then we have our window track seal in, our outer window seal, and then we did do the inner portion of our seal. So this is all done up, runs all around the door. I've never done them before, and I think that they came out pretty good. I also went ahead and got the seal that runs along here in black. So I think it came out pretty good. I'm just closing the door to the first click, just because I don't want to put too much pressure on the paint yet. I'm sure it's fine, but I'd like to give it a little bit more time before we start kind of pressing the doors in and doing all that kind of stuff. I'm not paranoid that the paint's going to get messed up. I just have never done it like this before, so I just want to have plenty of time to make sure that I don't mess it up, because I was impatient closing the doors. But I think they came out great. All the seals look really good. The bumper's sitting right over here, so we're gonna put that back on with the bash bar. I did leave it off temporarily so that we can get some work done up in here. We still need to mount the cooling fan and the shroud and clean up our engine bay, and it'll be a lot easier without worrying about kicking the bumper. I did also get our headlights in with our brand new headlight buckets, so that was pretty cool. They're just wrapped in a yellow film I had laying around that was extra, and I kind of like them. I'm not as much, there's less pressure if you don't like them, if you wrap them versus if you spray tint them. I have some Vans tint. It's similar to the nightshades that you can buy, but in Japan you can just pick them up pretty much anywhere. So I got some yellow, as well as some smoke. So I wasn't 100% sure if I'm going to do that. I'm going to leave the wrap on here, and if it grows on me, then I'll probably spray them out with that Vans tint. A few of the things that we still need to do, oh, before I get to that, I did also go ahead and get our bump stops put in. We have 1/4 inch bump stops back here, which is perfect. It makes sure that our brace right here does not hit our differential. A few of the things that we have to do still is we need to remake all of our air lines so that they run up here. This is where the jacks, foreplate, and our gauges are going to sit, so we need to get our air lines through here. So for the front, what I think I'm going to do is run them through the firewall with a bulkhead, and then run them in like that. And then back here, I think I'm going to try to get them up inside here, maybe right over here by the footwell, and bring them up. I might try to run them along the inside of the floor or underneath. I'm not 100% sure. I do need to button up our brake lines a little bit. I have to remake the one that goes to the rear so I can go ahead and install our brake bias proportioning valve. This will just make sure that the rear brakes don't like lock up before the front brakes do, and you know, because the bed's a lot lighter than the front, so it'd be nice to be able to adjust that. And then in the rear, we just have to land the brake line to the T-fitting back there that runs to our drum brakes. So I'm really happy with how everything is turning out so far. I got the mirrors ready to go too, and they're just not on the truck yet. I need to air it up and pop them on, and we need to get the hood on. I decided we were gonna wrap the hood the same kind of carbon that's on the cowl right here, but I tried it twice by myself and it was just not happening. So I'm gonna try to get a buddy over here and see if they can help me, or I might just bite the bullet and pay somebody to wrap the hood for me. I have all the material, it's just really hard to do by myself, so I did all the things I could, but with that being such a big surface and me not being a professional rapper, I mean, this is the first time I've really tried to wrap anything larger than like little interior pieces. So this was definitely challenging, but definitely fun. We do have all of our rubbers in here as well for our hood. So we got one right here and one up there. That'll be really nice to have those. I think it makes a difference when it comes to closing the hood and how stable the hood is. And then a few little things we have to button up inside here. We got to pull all the wiring back through the engine bay once we get it all cleaned up, and then we got to get it all connected in there, and then we can go ahead and put back our blower motor housing and our tunnel right here that runs over to our main HVAC stack. And once all that's done, we're going to turn the truck on, you know, key on, make sure everything looks good. Once we get the fuel cell installed, which is another thing that we need to do, we're going to get our fuel cell in back here, and we need to make the straps that go over the top just to give it some extra support in case there's a rollover. We also need to get a rollover valve and run the lines for that. We need to run our fuel lines underneath the truck. We need to also make sure that the brake lines that run under there are going to be nice and secured, since currently they're just free floating. So lots of little things to do, but really happy with how the truck is turning out. I mean, honestly, like, it's hard for me to believe that it is where it is right now, just because I have seen it in all of its phases, and seeing it like this still just, I'm still just so surprised how it looks. You know, I think it's great. You know, I love YouTube because I love watching it, and I watch so many YouTube videos on how to wrap and the seals and all this stuff, and I tried to learn as much as I could, and I think it really paid off. So like, if you're stuck on something and you're struggling and you're having an issue with your build, I mean, just research, read the forums, try it, because you'll never know if you can do it if you don't try, right? Like, I didn't think I would be able to do a lot of this stuff, and here it is. So I really appreciate you guys watching. We are at like 350 subscribers, which is absolutely ridiculous. I thank every single one of you guys for being here and checking out the build, and it really means a lot. So thank you guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the progress that I've made on purple stuff so far, and I hope you guys will stick around, continue to watch it, come see it at shows, and just, you know, know that like you can do this stuff too. Like I'm doing this in a small garage space. I mean, relatively small. Like, yeah, it's got a tall ceiling. That's about it. Like, I wish I had a lift in here, but I don't. But like I said, I just appreciate every single one of you guys. Thank you guys for following and watching and you know, following the Instagram and checking out the progress that I've made. I think it's really cool, and I really just appreciate that anybody even cares. So, with that being said, guys, I'm going to call it a day for today. Clean the whole shop up, and I am just exhausted. So I wanted to make sure that I got this video out for you guys so you could see the progress that's been made on purple stuff so far. There's still quite a few things we need to do. We still need to get the headliner done. It is wrapped in black suede, but we need to go ahead and do the starlight headliner in it. We're gonna just have some videos rolling out. I'm trying to give the paint plenty of time, so for the next like 15 or so days we're just going to be doing as much stuff inside the truck as we can. So I'm hoping to have the dash in, the carpet, those airlines done. I mean, just a lot of stuff. So stay tuned for a bunch of content coming out. Like I said, I appreciate you guys. You are awesome. Get out there, get those projects done, and until the next one, peace.